Hey everyone, and welcome back. Or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a review and unboxing video of the American Express Business Platinum credit card. Right here in my hand, I have the hard envelope package that they sent me. Came in the mail very quickly. We are going to be opening it up, just kind of going over what it would look like if you were to receive this. We're going to be going over some of the main features of this card, its pros, as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of whether or not this card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into it for today, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock, in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point in time, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. Okay, so diving right into it today, once again in my hand, I have the package that Amex sent me. Actually arrived very quickly. Usually whenever you're accepted for a card, it does take them a couple weeks for it to finally get mailed out to you. I think this might have taken like 2 to 3 days or something like that. Granted, where they sent it could have been closer to my home address or something like that, but it did come very close, very quickly, delivered by FedEx. Usually it's delivered by the post office. I'm not sure if that has something to do with it as well, but it does come in a better, envelope, a harder envelope like this. I guess for the annual fee that you're paying for it, they do, pay a little bit more for postage. So you do open it up and it comes in a card, kind of comes in a presentation like this, sort of, and you take your card out, and on the back, of course, has the card number, which I'm not going to display on the screen. And then behind this, you have your kind of benefits, kind of the overall package and stuff like that. So it says, put your card to work for your business, and has sort of, all the features there and how to set your card up and how to confirm its arrival, and all the basic stuff like that. So all in all, I guess kind of cool there. But without further ado, let's of course move on to the main features, and we'll see whether or not this card could be a good fit for you and your personal finance lifestyle. So diving right into it, as far as earning points go, you are going to be earning 5 points per dollar spent on flights and prepaid hotels booked on amextravel.com. Then you'll be earning 1.5 points per dollar spent in key business categories, as well as on each purchase of $5,000 or more everywhere else on up to $2 million per calendar year. And then finally, on all other transactions, you will be earning 1 point per dollar spent. Now with this card, there's also going to be a spend bonus as well, which can really range a lot depending on which link you go through, which referral link you use, whether or not you're in incognito mode, and everything like that. So for me personally, I'm actually receiving an offer of 250,000 bonus points as long as I spend at least $20,000 within the first 3 months of having the card. However, if you go directly on their website right now, they are only advertising 150,000 points as long as you spend the $20,000 within the first 3 months. So in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link, and perhaps if you go into incognito mode or refresh the page a few different times, you might eventually come to that 250,000 point offer. Of course, once again, you'll definitely want to read over the terms and make sure this is a card that is a good fit for you, because it definitely has a higher annual fee. So you'll definitely want to make sure that you're getting the best benefit out of it. Now, moving on to some other benefits with this card, you are going to be receiving a Dell Technologies credit of $400. This is going to be spaced out to $200 in statement credits semi-annually on US purchases with Dell Technologies. You're also going to be receiving an Indeed credit. This is going to be $360 spaced out in $90 quarter year credits. This is a credit I'm not really going to get a good benefit out of because I don't use Indeed, so I'm going to be missing out on the $360 here. Additionally, you're also going to be receiving a $150 Adobe credit. So with this, you can get up to $150 in statement credits for eligible annual prepaid business plan purchases of Adobe Creative Cloud for Teams or Adobe Acrobat Pro for Teams. This is another benefit that unfortunately I will not be getting any benefit out of. Hopefully, if you apply and are accepted for this card, you can get some use out of the Indeed as well as the Adobe credit. Furthermore, you're also going to be receiving a $120 wireless telephone service credit. So with this, you can get up to $10 in statement credits per month For wireless telephone service purchases, you're also going to be receiving a $189 Clear Plus credit. So basically, Clear Plus helps you get to your gate faster by using unique facial attributes to verify you are who you say you are at participating 50 plus airports nationwide. You're also going to be receiving access to the Global Lounge Collection, which is going to include 1,400 plus airport lounges in over 500 airports around the world. And then you're also going to be receiving access to Centurior Lounge. However, if you want to bring a guest with you, you will unfortunately have to spend at least $75,000 in a calendar year with this card to unlock guest access for up to two guests. Otherwise, if you do not spend that amount, you will have to pay for their access. It's going to be $50 for those 18 and up. And if they're ages 2 and 17, it is going to be a charge in that case of $30. And then for those ages 2 and below, it's going to be completely free for them. Then you're also going to have access to fine hotels and resorts. When you book through Amex Travel, you will receive an average total of $600 in perks like daily breakfast for 2, 4 p.m. checkout, and more. You're also going to be receiving cell phone protection, so you can be reimbursed up to $800 to repair or replace your damaged or stolen cell phone. It is going to be subject to a $50 deductible for 2 approved claims per 12-month period when your prior month's wireless bill was paid for by using this credit card. So those are the main features of this card. Let's go ahead and dive into the APR and fees now, because of course that's also super important as well. So starting out, your purchase APR is going to range anywhere between 19.49 to 28.49% based on your credit worthiness. Then as far as your fees go, with this card, there are not going to be any foreign transaction fees. So if you happen to travel abroad, this is a card you can take with you and you won't be charged anything extra by Amex for using it. Furthermore, there is going to be a late payment fee on this card of $39 or 2.99%, whichever happens to be greater. There's also going to be a return payment fee of $39. And finally, the big one with this card is that annual fee of $695. So every single year, you are going to have to sit down and evaluate, are you getting enough back with this credit card? Are you taking advantage of those credits to get at least $695 back in value with this card? Obviously, for the first year, if you can achieve that spend bonus of 150,000 to 250,000 bonus points, you're going to come out ahead in the first year. But starting in the second year, you're no longer going to be getting a spend bonus unless you can contact Amex and get them to allow you to stick around for a second or even third year for another spend offer. That's something you can definitely contact them up on, and they will either offer you something or maybe they won't. But you will have to sit down and evaluate whether or not paying $695 for this card is going to be worthwhile for you. So now that we went over the main features of this card as well as its APR and fees, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the best things about this card and the worst things about this card. So we're going to start out with the best things. Starting out, you're going to be receiving a spend bonus once again anywhere between 150,000 to 250,000 points for spending $20,000 within the first 3 months. For some people, that might be a little bit difficult to spend $20,000 in 3 months. For others, they might spend so much on a month-to-month basis in their business or maybe their personal life, where it's not going to be all that difficult. Plus, you're going to be receiving a lot of credits with this card, which could potentially offset the annual fee and even more. So once again, for example, you're going to be receiving a credit from Dell Technologies of $400, a credit from Indeed for $360, a credit from Adobe for $150, a $120 wireless telephone service credit, a $189 Clear Plus credit. Plus, you're going to be receiving access to Global Lounge Collection, the Centurior Lounge, cell phone protection. You're not going to have a foreign transaction fee. So all in all, you're getting a lot of really great benefits with this card. However, of course, there are some drawbacks as well, which of course that big glaring one is that $695 annual fee. That's a lot to pay for a credit card. And for most people, if I'm going to be honest, it's not going to be worth it for most people to pay that annual fee, especially starting in the second year onward, where you're no longer going to be receiving that gigantic spend bonus of 150,000 to 250,000 points. And then finally, on a lot of transactions with this card, you may only be earning 1 to 1.5 points per dollar spent, which is a little bit on the lower end. You would rather see like anywhere between 2 to potentially even 3 points, but at least 1.5 to 2 points per dollar spent. To only be getting 1 point per dollar spent is definitely on the low end. But just to sum things up here, for the first year alone, it's definitely going to be worthwhile as long as you can hit that spend bonus. However, on the second year moving forward, like I mentioned, for a lot of people, it's probably not going to be worthwhile unless you can take advantage of all those credits, particularly the Indeed one and the Adobe one. If you can match those two, the Dell credit is not going to be all that difficult to hit. You can definitely take advantage of the Clear Plus credit. You can definitely take advantage of the wireless telephone service credit. So all in all, not a bad card, really good one all in all, especially if you can match all those credits and take advantage of those, which would offset the annual fee. But again, it's going to come down to you and your personal finance lifestyle. But that's all we have for today's review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate it if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.